And now a word from Professor Scott Steiner.
They say all viruses are created equal, but look at COVID-19, look at the flu, and you see that statement is not true. You see, normally when you go outside, you have 50% chance of getting sick, but COVID-19 is a real freak, and it's not normal, so it's got a 25% chance of not affect you. And then you add denier idiots to the mix, and their chances of getting sick tries to go up. See, going outside, you got 1/3 chance of getting infected, but now we got 66 2/3 chance because people won't quarantine because they want to die. So you add your 1/3 chance minus your 20% chance, and you got 1/3 chance of not getting sick. But then, like say coronavirus, it's 75% chance because you don't wash your hands. And then you add 66 2/3%, and you add 141 2/3 chance of getting infected by the coronavirus. See, numbers don't lie, and this was that's for you, this pandemic. So wash your fucking hands, you fat asses.
This is a presentation of RVT Entertainment.
This isn't about the dead, it's about the living. It's about my mother. It's about my sister. It's about my wife. It's about the 14 years it took me to go from undesirable to un-goddamn deniable.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true.
Because I'm better than you, and you know it.
In the back, there are men and women, seasoned professionals, dues paid in full, gunning to be the best.
I'll always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
Hey, hi, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the WrestleCast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Podomatic.com, iTunes, and wherever else we find this I fucked up the intro. We're on the one show. Let me try it again. Welcome to the WrestleCast, presented by RVT Entertainment on the BrokenInfinite.com, Podomatic.com, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else we find us. Find out the recording live on RVT Entertainment's official Twitch.tv channel, where we're talking about professional wrestling, both for the mainstream and the independent scene. My name is Matty Jay, and this is not the worst fuck up, and it's not even on my end. That's TWK!
Well, it's Butch Matty.
You know, okay, so the intro, my fault. I fucked up. Brain muscle memory. But OBS will get a loser for fucking up on the recording because we weren't live for 2 frames. Actually, no. For 167 frames, I went from recording to not recording. What the fuck, OBS? Yes, I'm
You
salty.
pushed a button. What button did you push?
I pushed the button. And then we did the intro like we normally do, and what you for folks listen to the VOD and of course the Spotify version of the show, the recorded stuff. You heard T-Dub do his Scott Steiner promo. This is the second take. Why? In the middle of T-Dub's take, we lost 167 frames, and in the middle of that, it went from stop recording to right back to start recording, and I can actually see the MP4. Right there from the recording, which will not see the light of day because it'll hit the bin. See, this is why I'm not watching WrestleMania as it airs. This is a sign. This is a sign. But we'll get to that on third seg. How are you, T-Dub, man? How are you?
I'm not doing too bad, really.
Yeah, you're about to be busy tomorrow. About to be busy.
And
really, could you give me a few minutes? I know. I see the thing. It's on my screen here. We're having a chit chat, T-Dub and I.
Yeah, so I got a full day of work, then WrestleMania night one, and then I'll be spending whatever rest of that night recording my review for the next video game, which is going to be one of the longest reviews I've ever done because there's a full deep dive into a full 16-hour RPG. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! I can't wait to get this out into the public because I think this is gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be a good one.
You know when he I will tell you this. He's told me the word count so far for the script. 2,000 words.
Over.
Over 2,000. Most scripts for you and I are probably around the 1,000 mark, usually, I think.
I'd say that's probably accurate. So yeah, this is
Just
gonna
around
be
that time, yeah.
this will be a pretty long one.
I know the View to a Kill one was around 1,200. I do know that. I don't remember the specific number because the script is lost to time because it was the whole thing was done on the first laptop and on the old laptop, and well, it went through a couple of viruses, if you know what I mean, and I believe you do. But that's another story for another day on that one. Now, Renico wants me to not forget Fezhead. Yeah, the Fezhead was in there because in the middle of this whole hullabaloo, Mike Shelley subscribed 29 months in a row for RVT Tier 1 EY. So there you go.
Before we continue further, huge props to Kayfabe Soup for that PSA from Scott Steiner. I read it.
Absolutely.
Straight from that.
Let's put that back up. And actually, if we put that on screen, we'll delete the chat. But no, yeah. I was getting ready to set up stuff, and I was wait a minute. T-Dub wants to do that Steiner promo. There you go. What's on the show tonight? First segment, everything else other than WWE. Third seg, WrestleMania weekend preview. And I'll throw it the disclaimer. You heard me say it last week, and of course, just a few minutes ago. T-Dub intends to watch the entire thing as it airs, live, quote unquote. And that's fine. He's the kind of guy who hates the spoilers. That's absolutely fine. Personally, and we'll get into this when we get into our third segment, because all the news that surrounds WrestleMania weekend is going to be lumped up in that segment. I have problems with a company that disregards government, no matter how stupid the government may or may not be. Everyone else shuts down. Vince, show must go on, God damn it. Can't believe, when you live in the world where you agree with Brock Lesnar, something is like, yeah.
Well, WWE aren't the only ones going forward. I mean, there's still shows going on from AEW.
For now.
Yeah, I believe, what's the other pro show? I think Stardom's doing empty arena shows.
Stardom's doing empty arena shows, or tried to do empty arena shows.
I think Tokyo Joshi Pro is also doing empty venue shows.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, we'll get to that. New Japan has they were supposed to have ticket sales for their MSG show in August, if it ever happens, of course. But they moved the on sale a month. Instead of this month, it's going to May for this on sale. So save up your money, folks, if you can, I guess. But that's what's going on. Now, the only thing that will be WWE related for this first segment is Clip of the Week. And believe me, I wanted the Chris Jericho bit so damn bad. But I'm a traditionalist, for better or for worse.
You be one next time.
I'm a traditionalist. When it's WrestleMania weekend, we tend to focus on WWE mostly. This will not be too different other than what we're doing, of course, in our first segment. But I could not deny what is one of The Undertaker's best promos in at least 10 years. Minimum. This was a total departure. And Jay Coggins, IIRC, AEW's got months of shows recorded. Are you sure? Because what I've heard
Here's hoping. I know that WWE got up to the night after Mania.
AEW's got to at least
I'm
April
hoping.
15th. I know they got the quarterfinals of the TNT title tournament, but we'll get to that. Jake Hawkins, let me finish my intro.
No!
But they got so we got all this stuff. Undertaker, one of the best promos in up to 10 years. I may be wrong, just my opinion, but goddamn, if you ever wanted to see American badass biker Taker in 2020, well, your wish is granted. Take a listen.
AJ Styles. Or should I say, Alan Jones? I mean, since we're being real now. You know, for such a small man, you got a really big mouth. And I don't know if you have a big set, or you're just really that stupid. Either way, your mouth's writing checks your ass can't cash. I'm sure you thought by dropping some pipe bombs, you'd get under my skin. Son, I've heard a lot worse from far better than you. And although I must admit there are some truths to what you've been saying. You said maybe 10, 15 years ago you probably wouldn't want to try me. You damn right you wouldn't want to. You were content being a big fish in a little pond because you knew back then you didn't have what it takes to hang with The Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Mick Foley, Eddie Guerrero, Booker T, Edge, the very best this business had to offer. The phenomenal one, my ass. You waited till they were all gone. Except for me. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I've got far more matches behind me than I do in front of me. But Alan, you stepped in something now there's no coming back from. Your foolish pride is making really bad decisions for you. All the things you said about me, I get it. I do, it's just business. Where you crossed the line, though, was the first time you mentioned her. I think your pride is playing games with you again. I think you're mad because she does the Faith Breaker, AKA the Styles Clash, better than you do. She got it over. No matter the reason, you're gonna pay the ultimate price for disrespecting her. My wife, Michelle McCool. And you're gonna pay that price in a boneyard. Remember, that was your idea. You want to be relevant at the showcase of Immortals, Wrestlemania. And who better to make that happen than The Undertaker? Try me. I'll make you famous. And I hope you bring those two ass clowns, Gallows and Anderson, with you. All three of you can feel the wrath of the unholy trinity I'm bringing with me. Just know, you will feel the pain. You will get hurt. And you will suffer. And most importantly, you will rest in peace.
From Mark Calloway to Alan Jones. Obviously, work shoot, but still. Anyone else think Undertaker sounded like Dirty Harry in that bit.
Well, he did do a Dirty Harry impression for WrestleMania 21.
That's a damn good one, too. Now, we'll get to him and his, we'll get to Mark and Allen's matchup. Which, by the way, I've read something.
Who are you calling a Mark?
That's his actual real name, T-Dub. It's been established last week by AJ Styles.
Smart Mark?
You know, if I ever get to be on Straight to Hell with Ross Stradell, that's good. That's good rhyming there. If I get to be on that show, that's one of them. The notion of the words of the thing called Smart Mark. Ain't no smart marks in 2020. We're all marks. Just the level of intelligence is different. Anyway, we'll get to Mark and Allen's matchup, which, by the way, I've read that, while it's not a spoiler, apparently Undertaker thanked AJ Styles for not phoning in when they filmed their Boneyard match. So, grain of salt, take it for what you will. Again, slight spoiler, like I said, it's probably not going to be a bad match, but we'll get to that in the third seg. Now, Jake Hoggins brought up the fact that AEW's got months of shows recorded. Now, that's not what I've read. I've read that they got up until April 15th of shows done. And they filmed at the Nightmare Factory, which is QT Marshall's gym in Georgia. I also read that the authorities went over and said, hey, fuckers, what are you guys doing? And I said, nothing. Doing a TV show, respecting all laws. We have the paperwork. You know what, T-Dub? You know what I read? I read that the rumor has it may have been an act of sabotage by Vince McMahon.
Sabotage?
Now, I'm taking that with a grain of salt, but if there is even a portion of truth to that rumor, Vinnie Mac gets another fuck you. That's a Mount Everest.
I can't have my big stage. Nobody can have the stage. Damn it.
Anyway, so all unrelated WWE news or anything outside of WWE, we take care of. That's a T-Dub. Let's do some news.
First up, we have the announcement of a brand new championship for All Elite Wrestling. The AEW TNT is Dynamite Championship of the World, which will be crowned in a tournament that is apparently going to be finalized at Double or Nothing if the event even takes place.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, because the event is in May, and most events in May so far have been either postponed to sometime else or fucking canceled outright. By the way, Jay, Cody's in the finals, not Lance Archer. Right? Lance Archer is a jobber. Well, not a jobber. What am I saying? Lance Archer was fighting a jobber. Jake Hogg and JC's in there. Cody versus Lance for the finale. No. The finals? No. Cody and Lance are probably going to do like a separate thing. Cody's probably in there to add some star power to the tournament.
Well, they have been building towards Cody versus Lance, so I guess I could see that happening.
But Lance is not part of the tournament. Is he?
Yes, he is.
Oh, no. I'm an idiot.
Here's the tournament Here's people in the tournament.
Yeah.
In the first round, we have Cody versus Shawn Spears, Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin, Dustin Rhodes versus Kip Sabian, and Colt Cabana versus Lance Archer.
No, it makes sense. I'm an idiot. Yeah, Darby versus Lance. And yeah, Lance. No. Oh, Devin's got Darby versus Lance in the final. All right. No, you know what? Here's how I see it. I see Cody versus Darby in the semis, just based on what they did this week on Dynamite. On the other side, Lance on one half, and I feel on the other half, as one half of the semis, I don't know about the other half. But I do say that, I will say this. Colt Cabana is not a jobber. He's a great commentary guy.
No, but
he's not a jobber.
He's currently undefeated. He can't be. He's undefeated at the moment.
Yeah, but they're feeding him to Lance Archer.
Well, yeah,
two-time NWA champion.
It's not going to be a squash.
T-Dub. It's Lance Archer on his, what will probably be, though it is his second match in AEW.
Yeah, but the thing is, Colt Cabana, I think his undefeated streak is going to be of good use to put Archer over even more as a huge threat.
And it's true, Dustin is in the other half. So Dustin versus Lance, maybe that can make sense.
Although I really
Jake
want
Hawkins,
them
my
to
thing
put
is
the-
that they put Dustin in Lance's half of the semis. So Lance can brutalize Dustin to build heat for Cody versus Dan for the Cody Lance. That makes sense.
if they're not going to put the belt on Darby Allin, put the belt on Archer.
Personally, I just say fuck it. Just say, hey, Lance Archer versus Cody should be its own thing, and put belt on Darby Allin.
That is not the reality we're living in, so put the belt on Archer.
Look, I understand
By the way-
everybody has to die, but no, don't put belt on Darby. You've been saying that. You've been tweeting that on Wednesday. I know.
But as much as I want to see it happen, looking at this tournament, it's not feasible. It's not going to happen. It doesn't match the story they're telling.
I disagree. I think you could build. You need to build stars, and yeah, you could build Archer as a star, but I don't think he needs the belt.
He doesn't, but when it comes
Look,
to
if you're going to build Archer so you
versus
can put
Cody,
it, look, if the idea is to build Archer as a monster and then have Cody beat him, why the tournament? You know what I mean?
Cody is not going to beat him. Cody always loses at the pay-per-view. That's his gimmick. He wins on Dynamite, but then loses at the pay-per-view. And that's just going to continue with this one.
Archer does not need the belt in that case. He needs to win over Cody. Cody is using whatever popularity he has to build stars. He doesn't. Lance Archer
Exactly.
will not need the championship for that.
But that's the way they're going.
I don't see that. No, clearly we're seeing two different shows.
I'm
Because-
seeing as the tournament is laid out, it's building towards Archer and Cody as they're on different sides, and they're going to meet at. They're probably going to meet at Double or Nothing for the title, and Archer's going to win because Cody always loses at the pay-per-view. He's just like his dad. He always loses the big one.
One of our brackets is getting busted. I know that for sure now.
I'd love to see Darby Allin win it, but I just don't see that in the cards for the story they've been telling on TV of them constantly building towards this Cody versus Archer match.
Personally, I think if Darby doesn't win the TNT title, they'd be doing him dirty.
It would be
Or
disappointing.
you know what? It could be a way. It could be a thing of, Archer says, I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna, I'll be intelligent. Jake wants me to fuck up Cody. Okay, cool, but why not the psychology? Why not during Darby versus Cody, which is what we think is going to happen? Why not have Archer fuck over Cody during one of the tournament matches, so that Darby gets the advance, go to the finals, but it builds heat towards Cody versus Archer. At least that's my thinking.
I guess that could happen, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But just the way that they
let's
laid
be
it out,
honest. If under ideal circumstances you'd have a full roster, and the bracket we'd see now would be vastly different than what it is now. That's for sure. No, I think Darby should win it. The mid card belt should be for stars who have earned a championship, earned the right to be a representative of the company without being the having the pressure of being the face of the company. The worker belt, like what the Intercontinental title used to be. And I don't think Archer
before the
needs
Attitude
that.
Era happened.
Archer needs a good win against Cody Rhodes for sure. He does not need the championship.
although we've already seen how the potential of a Lance Archer mid-card title run in New Japan, so maybe they want to bring that to full fruition.
You would think you think Archer left New Japan just to work locally, the same position at the card?
Well, here's the thing.
I don't think he'd leave good New Japan money on the table to try his luck at AEW and think he's stuck in the same position on the card.
I don't Here's the thing. The one thing we've heard from Cody over and over again is the fact that they don't want this viewed as a mid-card title. They want this to be you're stuck in mid-card hell, so here's your belt title. They want this to be, as you said, the old Intercontinental title pre-Attitude Era.
That sounds stuck in my nose there. But again, I don't know. This will unfold in the next few weeks. Honestly, my original thoughts is put belt on Darby, and that when we first saw rumors of the tournament pop up, we all agreed on this. Put belt on Darby, and I'm still thinking put belt on Darby. That's what it is. Next.
Next up, we have the segment between Vanguard 1 and Chris Jericho, which has now turned into a full-blown feud.
Vanguard 1 versus Chris Jericho is a feud featuring the Hounds of Jericho.
Let him out, man!
Release the Hounds, man. Oh God! I've been thinking about this ever since Wednesday. They fit in a full-on Mr. Burns Simpsons reference in that,
and a Dr. Claw reference,
He tied my shirt. That son of a bitch tied my shirt. Chris Jericho has went from main event.
I'll get you, Vanguard 1. I'll get you.
Where the fuck is a cat coming from?
Oh, bastard stole my t-shirt.
It's batshit crazy, and it's so different from WWE. It's amazing. God damn, I missed Matt Hardy. Broken Matt Hardy, my God.
Yeah, this is the greatest of things. I love how they explained it, how they got the footage, too, because they're like, Chris Jericho says one tape, Matt Hardy says one tape, our producers put it together, and this is what we got.
Excellent. That's perfect.
That explains everything. That explains how we got, the Chris Jericho and the Vanguard 1 footage all mixed up together for this one promo. Because Chris Jericho tried to send his tape, just just air this, and then Mary's like, nope. Here's the real footage.
So it's like, okay, here's footage. It's like, and it's so easy to say, here's what happened, and like WWE would fuck it up so hard. It's like, here's what happened earlier at the promo, and then promo from Vanguard 1. No. They literally said, look, we got one tape, we got another tape, we put it together, here's what we got. 10 seconds to explain what the fuck the next segment is. And I was so happy. It was so happy in my place.
One thing that does not make me happy is the fact that all wrestling ratings are down this week. All of them. Across the board.
Raw is down to its lowest rating ever. No qualifiers, no nothing, ever.
Yeah, Raw's down, NXT's down, AEW's down, they're all down.
They're all down. I mean, it's kind of understandable. There are people who still seek the entertainment. D-Dub and I still need them 2 hours of anything other than bullshit and news. But to see the numbers, I'm like, wow, that's rough. That is rough.
Save us, Gronk! Save us!
What is a Gronk? And why does he have to host things? I thought he was a foosball player.
Well, now he's becoming a WrestleMan. And he's going to start doing the Wrestle moves. He's going to be WWE champion by this time next year.
Not against Brock fucking Lesnar, he ain't.
They're going to have him make Brock Lesnar tap out and make Rob Gronkowski the next submission master. He's going to be the American Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, God.
They're even going to have Shinsuke Nakamura be his manager just to rip them off full time.
No, Gronk was on The Masked Singer. Oh, that's his gimmick. He's the masked wrestler.
He
Nice.
is a masked singer. He is Rob Gronkowski.
By the way, if you hear the squeaking, I'm getting a new chair hopefully next week. So thank God for shipping. Thank God for shipping. Now I just realized this chair is nice for like 2 hours when you sit and everything else, but I'm working from home now, and this chair, 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day in it, kind of uncomfortable. Oh, well. Anyway. But yeah, I'm like, it is what it is. That and the rest of it we'll talk about in the third seg. What's next?
Next up, we have some bad news from Japan. First up, All Japan has officially canceled this year's Champion Carnival, which, for those who don't know, this is the longest-running tournament in pro wrestling history. And
basically, for as far as prestige, think G1 Climax and prestige, essentially.
Except this has been going on longer than the G1. This predates it by decades.
Yeah, the G1 Climax is like their summer league tournament is prestigious. On the level, they're on the same level, essentially. But yeah, that's. I can't say I blame them on that one. It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, this is their big spring tournament, and I've heard some people say they actually enjoy this more than the G1.
Can't say I blame them. It's stylistically, New Japan and All Japan are vastly different, but no, yeah, I'm not gonna judge.
Yeah, so I feel really bad for the All Japan fans, and some news that this is really bad news. Wrestle One had their final show on April 1st, and now they're a defunct company. And for those who don't know, Wrestle One was the company in Japan started by Keiji Muto, aka Great Muta. So you may remember that they actually hosted a Bound for Glory pay-per-view several years ago to sort of try to get their name out.
Well, they had a crossover promotion with TNA Wrestling long ago.
This is the promotion that actually started the career of Sonata, back when he was Seiya Sonata, then later on the Great Sonata, taking after the Great Muta gimmick, essentially. This is where it all started in Wrestle One.
That's how he got the Paradise Lock. That's how he started using the Paradise Lock, by the way, for those wondering.
Yeah, so it's a shame to see this promotion close. And
especially in the context of what we're living through now, you would think a one last good show, but they don't even get that.
They did get one last show on April 1st, but it was an empty arena show, unfortunately.
Like I said, you would love for them to have at least a full crowd again, not an empty arena, for something that influential in wrestling to get, at least a decent crowd,
And Ringo points out Toei's closed, and New Japan canceled their spring tourney up.
Yeah, they pretty much outright shit-canned their two big spring shows. The spring tour, which was New Japan, the New Japan Cup, and now Sakura Genesis is waylaid. It's gone.
So we're probably not going to
Toei's closed. Out of context, Toei did close for sanitation as one of the actors from one of the main Sentai series, the new one, tested positive for the virus, for the COVID-19. So that's why they closed. But for context, for you non-Tokusatsu fans out there.
Yeah, and we're probably not going to get a brand new Japan show until, I think, Dominion in June.
Dominion at the earliest would be hopeful.
And I hope they do. I mean, and one thing that was brought up by Saw Monster on his podcast, how big is the pop going to be for the first wrestler that makes their entrance to a live crowd?
Oh, my God.
If WWE does not send Roman Reigns out as the first person to finally get the huge pop that he deserves.
Especially after the way he pretty much walked out of filming for WrestleMania, basically saying, fuck you, my health is more important than your fucking money. Look, I understand there's a segment of the audience that dislikes Roman for the marketing that he is, but let's be honest here. This is Roman Reigns. He had cancer twice. One as recently as last fucking year. He just finished his game. We talked about this last week. But yeah, he finished his chemo and everything. He is literally one of the definitions of immunocompromised. He is at major league risk of the damn thing. So, if I'm Roman, am I in that same position? I'd say, simple. You want to wrestle? Fuck you. Pay me. Hazard pay. Triple pay. Put the amount of money up there, or I'm going to be home. And I think at that point, he went, is the giant dump truck full of money worth the risk to my health?
Yeah, according to the dirt sheets, apparently Miz showing up sick was the final
That was
straw
the trigger, yeah.
If the dirt sheets are to be believed on that one, but it seems plausible. And Pugsley points out, he's got kids.
He's got kids. He's got parents.
He's got a whole family.
Yeah. So, if I'm Roman, I'm thinking, fuck you, pay me, or I'm fucking off. And at this point, he said, fuck the money, I'm fucking off. He's got his downside guarantee. He's got his merch money. He's got fuck you money. So, you know what? Like we said last week, good on him.
Yeah, I don't blame him whatsoever. He made the right choice.
Yeah.
And I hope that whenever there's crowds again, he needs to be the first guy out there on SmackDown to get that huge pop. And all he has to do is go out there and say, I want the Universal Champion right now. And then you put the belt on him right then and there. Get it over with. Do it.
If Goldberg
Cowards!
If Goldberg is still Universal Champion at the end of this weekend, set that match up for, well, let's be conservative, SummerSlam.
Oh, I feel so bad for Roman because this is the second time he's been screwed out of a WrestleMania title change.
Oh my God, yeah. He's not the only one. I mean, Drew McIntyre is getting
No,
fucked
Drew
over
McIntyre
too.
could still win the belt, but
Yeah, but there's no
Reigns-
pop. What about the pop?
Here's what I'm talking about, though. Roman Reigns was supposed to beat Lesnar a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Instead, they delayed that till SummerSlam. This year, he's supposed to be Goldberg at WrestleMania. Once again, delayed until SummerSlam.
And again,
He can't catch
this
a break.
time not by any fault of his own. Or the company, to that matter.
Yeah. It's a huge shame. It always feels like there's some sort of bullshit in his way now.
Yeah, like when he was finally starting to get over, and then the stomach thing happened. I don't know what it was, but he had major emergency surgery that kept him out until the Rumble, and that's when the whole thing happened with him. Poor guy. Now, this is, we're talking WWE much, but yeah, what was the topic? What were we talking about again? I forgot.
We're talking about how I am a genius and I'm the greatest person on Twitch.tv.
No,
Yes. By the way,
normally I'd be like, no, you're not. There's a few other people, but I'm like, wait a minute. No one's here to dispute it. I'm the only one here to dispute it.
Anyways,
And I'd be
moving on, we
like,
do
wait,
have,
if he's the greatest, then I'm number 2. I'm the second greatest.
Now, before we continue, we have 2 absolute dumbasses to discuss.
Oh boy, here we go.
First up, something I meant to bring up last week, Mr. Kenneth Shamrocketh.
Ken Shamrock saying, get out there and mingle, you best, you're cowards, and everyone else going, dummy! Dummy! I didn't even want fucking dumbass. I feel like Ken Titus, wait. Well, go on. You get sick. Bet you're not gonna do that again now, are you?
Just let everyone know, and since last week, we've now hit over 1 million cases worldwide.
That's the reason. Yeah, Ken, by the way, people think I'm making a joke. No, I didn't even know what he was talking about, but I knew because he's an absolute dumbass. And the fact that we're in a global goddamn quarantine. There you go.
Another one is a person who I really didn't want to, but God damn it, Glenn Kane Jacobs.
Look,
He thinks the whole stay-at-home order is too strong.
Look. In fairness, my father and I had a similar discussion about some of the local state officials, and you know what? This is a case by case, state by state, city by city basis. There's no denying this. Kane, I saw the statement that people raised hell over, and I'm like, look, unless you're elected to office, you don't know what the right move is. Like, Kane's going, all right, we'll listen. We'll listen. We'll cooperate. We just, he said, look, we're not going to do it under protest. I'm just saying, maybe it's a little too heavy-handed. Look, 3 weeks ago, I would have think this whole thing is heavy-handed. Now I'm like, who the fuck knows?
Right now,
I'm not going to deny that you're correct, because Kane, going public and saying maybe this is too strong. Come on, dude. Like, look at Spain and Italy. Did tell you differently. But if you're an elected official trying to keep the public calm after trying to raid five different Krogers for fucking toilet paper, what do? Your job is to be.
I would say this right now. What I would say is, everyone stay calm. Everyone stay home. Only go out grocery shopping. Only go out for food. Do not go out and do any sort of extracurricular activity. Stay home as much as possible. That is all.
Now, if you need to walk, fine. That's what I plan to do with this weekend, because I'm like, I've been stuck here for 14 days without leaving the house other than checking the mail. I like to leave the house every couple of days and just clear my mind. Like, I'm glad I'm working from home, because otherwise I would be going stir fucking crazy. Just, that's a shoot. But again, I'm not going to deny you're calling out Kane, because at this point, you have to call out for you think it's too strong. Look at fucking Italy. But we were talking about Doug Ford, who is the premier of Ontario, and Pierre Legault, who is the premier of Quebec, the head honcho provincially. The head honcho is provincially, and we thought the Quebec premier did what he had to do. We thought it was heavy-handed, but now in hindsight, okay, he's doing exactly what he needed to do, and maybe, Doug Ford was maybe a little off on the timing, but was doing the right thing eventually. But you look at both of them, it's like, they don't know what the fuck it is. Like, there are people, people asking, what's the deadline? When can we go out? And they're going, listen, just stay home. We're figuring this shit out. Even we don't know. And with Kane, really, I think, with Glenn Jacobs, I think it's the same. You don't know what the fuck is going to happen. So you're just saying, okay, he's taking the temperature of the room and he's saying, okay, I hear you. It's a little heavy-handed, but better safe than sorry. He doesn't like it, but he's going to follow through with it. I'd rather have someone like that than someone saying, fuck your rules, we're not going to live with it.
By the way, to the governor of goddamn Georgia, go fuck yourself.
Yes, that we can agree on. This guy's just now realizing it's a fucking pandemic.
And he lives in the same state, and also someone pointed out he lives within 5.5 miles of the CDC, which, for those who are non-Americans, is essentially our area where we do all of our research for viruses and diseases.
The Center of Disease Control is what the CDC is. Yeah, the headquarters is in goddamn Georgia. This guy's the governor of that fucking state. And he's just now putting a stay-at-home order. Which is why AEW will be taped.
You think he'd be one of the first people?
Yeah, right?
God damn it.
And to bring it back to wrestling, yeah, AEW is taped, but pretty much a good bulk of their shows. Some people say it's good till May. Some people are saying they got it till April 15. And WrestleMania is probably the same thing. Where if the stay-at-home order it does stay beyond the time, WWE, I know WWE has enough footage that they can stretch for a couple of weeks if needed. I don't know about AEW. If the rumor says that they only have the footage enough footage for everything until April 15, oh snap, we're in trouble. But we'll see.
If worst comes to worst, they guess we're just going to see a bunch of WrestleMania rewinds again, like the Ric Flair Shawn Michaels match we saw on SmackDown this week.
Oh, that's a nice pick. I actually watched that earlier today. One of the perks of working from home, I'm in my room all day, and I got this big TV hooked up to speakers, independent of my computer setup. So I'm like, DVD, put that in there. Background noise. Oh, there's a call. Mute. Mute call's done. Unmute.
And the match still holds up. Goddamn.
Oh, it does. Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, it does. Ric Flair, Kurt Angle, still does too. I'll watch that too.
One thing that I love about the Flair Michaels match is how good Michaels selling in that match is. Like, God damn it, he's amazing. I missed this match.
I will say this though, that I don't think it was entirely too difficult to sell that moonsault.
Not just the moonsault, but everything. He sold the exhaustion after like 5 or 6 minutes passed. He sold the exhaustion and the beatdown of every move that Ric Flair gives him perfectly.
Absolutely.
That's why Shawn Michaels is one of the greatest of all time.
Absolutely.
Anyways, that's all the news I have this week, unless, Matty, you have anything you...
No, I think most of the stuff that I want to pour salt and feel salty about is in the third segment. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, as I set this thing up, it's time for your emails and comments of the week. You can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. Seriously, Michaels versus Angle, Michaels versus Flair, Michaels versus Jericho at 19. There's another one. It's time for you know who it is, T-Dub. Rena goes like 30 times. Taku?
French! Taku!
Well, he begins. This is it. Hello, WrestleCast, and welcome to what could be the most unique weekend in wrestling history. All recorded, all in an empty arena, all due to bad circumstances. Again, I hope you're doing well and that you take care of yourself and your loved ones and stay safe. Let's do this. For the record, I feel safe. T-Dub is technically still, I think you're still an essential worker because you're working.
Yes, I am. I do work at a fooding place.
Yeah.
So I am essential. So I'm fine with what's going on with me.
He's safe. He's sanitary. He's healthy. My father and I work from home. We're safe. We're healthy. My sister is, she's worked from home as well, but she decided to during the quarantine, hey, I'll pack my stuff, bring the dog. She's got a boyfriend. They decide they got it. He's got a place. They decide, hey, we'll hunker down and work from there. But they are working from home. They're safe. My mother, long story short, she works at a hospital. But all precautions are there. They're there. She's safe. So so we are safe and healthy. Knocking on wood there. You were gonna say something there.
Nope.
All right. WrestleMania 36 Confinement Boogaloo. Grand total of 16 matches, split to 8 per night, with some changes in the meantime. I'm very curious how it will turn out, but then again, Vince will pull that WrestleMania, or pull off that WrestleMania no matter what. Either call it bravery or madness. I think it's madness, but that's another story for another day. or another segment, I should say. Women's tag belts, Kabuki Warriors versus Bliss Cross Applesauce. Someone need to check that out. Bliss Cross. That is indeed their real name. That is the tag team name. I feel like Adam Blampier when he was booking. He was fantasy booking the two nights. I was like, Bliss Cross. I was like, wait, that can't be the real name. He actually had to Google it. But that's another story for another day. So I know that they want to put the belts on Cross and Bliss, but Asuka needs a win, even if she had to just alone following the situation with poor Kairi Sane. Let Asuka win, please. You know, I got my thoughts on that, but we're going to move on. Otis Dozovich versus Golf Bob Zig Pants. Missed that one. I don't care about the feud, but it needs a happy ending for Otis. Maybe involving Sonya's trying to screw her BFF Mandy because, haha, Otis is fat, bitches. Leads to the Mandy turning on Ziggler to help Otis. And recreate the scene from The Bodyguard where Kevin Costner lifts Whitney Houston. Oh my god. French Talk, I think I might have booked that match. And literally, it'd be like the end of the match. Otis wins. Come on, girl, tuck in, let's go.
And holy shit! We'll always love you. I can't believe you did this to me, goddammit! How could you do this to me?
Aleister Black versus Bubba Laszlo. Aleister KO's Lashley and the story. Elias Sampson versus Baron Von Corbin. How did Elias survive the stage fatality by Corbin? Yeah, I saw the tweet by Wrestlemania. It was glorious. I can't believe Baron Corbin went DFF BLK on. Oh my god. Anyway, Corbin to win there. He mentioned Mortal Kombat, so one of us? Oh, was that too loud on that one? That might have been too loud. Is that too loud, Renico? Okay, we'll move on. Look, I have to adjust my mic so I don't sound louder than T-Dub. But T-Dub don't want T-Dub has, well, he's got his own stuff. You know, short of sending him the same mic I'm using.
Yes, we should share microphones. Just every time one of us wants to talk, just send it over.
Maybe not right now, obviously. By the way, before we continue on this, you know, people, you know, for all you casuals who've been saying, "Oh, this remote working sucks," and all this social isolation, this stuff this sucks, man. I don't want all you casuals like staying at home sucks. I'm an extrovert, and all of us nerds going, bitches, lightweights. I think Bane said it best. You do Bane better, but you just adopted the darkness. We were born in it, raised by it. Raw tag belts, Street Profits versus Garza and Austin Theory. First of all, good for Mr. Theory making his WrestleMania debut. Too bad it'll be an empty arena. As for the results, part of me wants to see the Street Profits retain. It's a shame that it wasn't against a team like War Raiders, who they dropped the NXT tag belts after being called up. SmackDown tag ladder match. Dirt Sheet versus D's Nuts versus New Day. Well, Miz is out, so maybe turn that into a triple threat ladder match with one member of each team. For the winner, keep the belts on Miz and Jomo. IC title. Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. 30 minutes. One-on-one. Let them go all out. I know it won't happen, but please, Zayn and Bryan can make wonders. Plus, Zayn is pretty much cleared to wrestle. As for the winner, It's too soon for Zayn to drop the belt, but maybe a cheating way to keep the feud going. Now, a lot of people are saying you're being a little maybe too much on it. I think a lot of the people who are pundits, so to speak, they're saying the same thing. Give them about 20 minutes. I mean, it's Zayn versus Bryan. 20 minutes is plenty. With 30 minutes, goddamn, that's a long time in an empty arena. Kevin Owens versus CrossFit Jesus. I think that should be Kevin Steen versus CrossFit Jesus. Can we go with Kill Owens Kill? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, French Otaku. NXT Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Keep belt on Rhea, please. SmackDown Women's 5-Way Dance. Brooke is out in quarantine, so it's Bayley, Sasha, Lacey, Naomi, and she's still alive. Yeah, Tamina's still there. Yeah. Keep the belt on Bayley, but let Sasha being the one to take the fall. Raw Women's Championship, the Man versus the Bane. Yes, Shayna Baszler will break the Man in less than 10 minutes. That's the only way to pass the torch to the new face of the Raw Women's Division. And yes, Becky has to tap out to sell the storyline. Edge versus Randall Keith. Insert song by Adam Pacitti. Na. Randall Keith. Randall Keith. I'm going to stop now before your ears bleed. And for some of you, too late. Last man standing. Simple. Have Edge win the match, but Randy take him out until SummerSlam, where he'll get his revenge. Oh, a la Michaels H at SummerSlam 2002? I don't remember that shit. Good call, though. Good call. Good work. Cena versus The Fiend in a Firefly Funhouse match. Although I want to see Bray win this match, I hope to see something much better than the House of Horrors a few years ago. Like the final deletion without the broken one. Well, they do have Jeremy Borash, so hopefully he's available for that. That would be nice. But under the circumstances, I shrugged.
Oh, I feel bad that they have not used Jeremy Borash or Abyss on screen at all during their entire tenure in WWE.
I guess they did this brought in we'll do interviews if you want, but we're clearly backstage people now, so let's just do the backstage stuff. And that's fair enough. If they don't want to be on camera, just work behind the scenes, fair enough. But Abyss in WWE, but just a backstage producer feels wrong. I'm not going to lie. I agree with you. It feels off.
It's been so long since we've seen him. I miss his presence. I miss the do.
Abyss fart noise. I can't do it. I can't do what V1 does.
You can't do the elephant. You can't do the elephant wank.
Nah, can't. No, can't.
There you go.
Oh, not as good as V1's, obviously. Undertaker versus Alan Jones. Boneyard match. What the hell is a boneyard match, he says. Anyway, AJ Styles wins. Sorry, Dead Man, but get your ass retired, please. Universal Jam belt. Dadberg versus a mystery opponent. Really? You still promote Roman Reigns despite the fact that he's out of WrestleMania, and rumors said his replacement will be Braun Strowman. Great, the guy who insulted indie wrestlers on his IG account. Following the current situation, hate to say it, but Dadberg retains. And WWE title, drop belt to Big Daddy Drew. Drop it, Lesnar. How you doing, DC? What's up? Winners for French Otaku, the episode of Dark Side of the Ring about New Jack. Remind me never to piss him off about anything.
I knew it, French brings something up. Yes, Dark Side of the Ring, New Jack. That was very interesting.
I'm like, I have known of New Jack. I mean, anyone who's a wrestling fan for long enough knows of New Jack in some capacity. Some of the shit was like, okay, startling, but I'm like, it's New Jack. He's a violent motherfucker.
The only one of the stories that I wasn't aware of is when he actually stabbed a guy in the ring. That was the one I've never heard of.
Yeah, that's the one I'm like, fuck, okay. That's
and he worked the guy to get out. The guy was like, I'll drop charges if you work this program with me. He was like, sure, I'll do that. And then as soon as he gets out, he gets the fuck out, gets out of this. Like, if you've ever wondered,
this is why if I see New Jack on a card, I'm like, on an indie card, I'm like, nope, no thanks, no, I know where this ends. I'm the fat fuck. I touch a ring with him around even by accident. I am the dead. I am moving. I'm out.
Wow,
out. No,
I'm the opposite.
Nope,
I'm like,
nope.
I can't look away. I have to see what happens.
I'm the same, but I'm the same. But if you want me ringside for that match, it's like, fuck no, I'll hang back there where it's safe. And when he starts to move, I move.
So essentially, the way you approach it is, you're a young lion. He's Minoru Suzuki.
Exactly.
Don't make eye contact.
I see that. I see that my way. I run. I hide. Actually, no. You know what? I'd be safer around ringside with Minoru Suzuki. Shoot.
Let's see.
I'll take my beating from Minoru Suzuki than a stabbing from New Jack.
Anyway. Yeah, 100%. JC says, Life and Crimes of New Jack is a great title.
That's a great title. It is.
Oh,
it absolutely is.
The local promotion that she used to go to, SWF, apparently booked him twice. And their audience is children. Why would a family-friendly promotion book New Jack? That's so stupid. Like, it feels like this extreme promotion. It's like, yeah, of course, but a children's type promotion, like, Bush like, oh, bring your family. Yes, bring your family to the fucking New Jack match. Come on, little Johnny. You'd see New Jack throw a guy 20 feet off the scaffolding. Let's go. Fun for everyone.
Come on, little Jimmy. We're going to go see a bloodbath.
And yes, Pugsley, I think we're all in agreement that Rob Fury, a.k.a. the booker and promoter of SWF, is a goddamn fucking idiot.
Why would you book New Jack, promoter?
This game is about motherfucking money. I make that dollar, y'all, motherfucking money. Even make Mark Wahlberg make some motherfucking money.
Anyway. More winners. More winners from Fretch Otaku. Chris Jericho on this week's Dynamite with Vanguard One stole his Inner Circle shirt and released out Hounds of Dogs. I would have gone, please release the Kraken, but that's another story for another day. And Tanaga Conchi, she's pregnant. Good for her and best wishes. You think that's I was like, okay, that's a thing, but you thought that was April Fool's gag?
It was April. The way she posted on Twitter, it seemed like an April Fool's gag.
There we go. Losers! I don't want to say Raw because it did deliver great promos and matches, but NXT, why did you bring in Sam Roberts? I knew I sensed that there's a disturbance in the force.
I knew I picked the right idea not watching NXT.
I know, right?
No wonder people were turning out of that show. They tuned in, they heard Sam Roberts' voice, like, oh no, my ears, all the blood, it's just draining down. Oh my god, I'm losing hearing. Must change channel.
It must change channel. Must change click. Colt Cabana and Tony Schiavone. No. You know what it is? They're watching Dynamite. It's a commercial break, right? And they're going, gee, you know what? They have that triple threat for the North American. I wonder who they got on commentary this week. Click. Sam Roberts.
Urge to kill rising.
The situation involving future tapings.
This is proof that not even Triple H is perfect as a promoter. Even he can make some huge, gigantic mistakes. That's as huge as they get.
It's not his biggest mistake of all time. I think we could qualify that for sure. I think this is a product of doing what you can with what you have. And unfortunately, he was given Sam Roberts.
He had Michael Cole, didn't he? Michael Cole was right over there. Get Cole back over there. Get over there, you bastard. No, we're not going to have Sam Roberts. You, get over there.
Again, do what you can with what you have. You just got the bad hand. More losers. A situation featuring the future of tapings future tapings of AEW Dynamite, which involved the stay-at-home law in Florida and Georgia. Again, hope you're all safe. Same thing with WB, who will have no choice but to make an off-season, allegedly. It's the best solution, especially considering the COVID-19 outbreak. That's it for this week. Enjoy WrestleMania. Once again, stay safe and stay at home as much as possible. Yeah, we should mention... No, that's in the third segment. We'll obviously discuss that as we go along in a few minutes, of course, because it's time for me to say the following words in the English language. No! Our emails and comments of the week. You can send them at thewrestlecast@gmail.com. We shall return with the news for surrounding WWE and our preview of WrestleMania weekend right after this. Do not go away.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elias.
Hello, I am Elias. And now before I begin, please silence your cell phones and hold your applause until after I am done. Because I have one question for everybody here. Who wants to count with Elias? 1, 2, 3, wee! Walk and count along with me. Yeah.
You're absurd when you're hungry.
Snickers satisfies. This is WMOB Mobile, 12 on your channel dial and 12 in the TV ratings.
You know, Seth, I think you just kicked some sense into me. No pun intended. Because I've been thinking a lot about what you said last week. And after what just happened, I have a lot to say. And I know you're watching. So listen up. Last Monday, you walked around this place and said that while you never trained here, this building was built because of you. You said that everybody that came through this place should be thankful for you. You said this building was built on your blood, sweat, and tears, built on your back. But I've actually heard otherwise. See, I heard this place was built despite of you. I heard that from the moment you set foot in that warehouse in Tampa that you mentioned, you were a nightmare to deal with. You knew everything about everything. You were better than everyone else. Nobody could stand you. And I gotta say, Seth, these past few months you have done an outstanding job proving everyone right when they said that all you are is an arrogant dipshit. But look, I I'm well aware of my past. Okay, I'm well aware of my reputation and what people can say because of the path that I've chosen. But the difference between you and I is that I am not delusional like you. I've been saying you're delusional for a long time, and last week you proved me right. You did, because you talked about all those WrestleMania moments you've had, right? You said that when it comes to WrestleMania, what did you call yourself? Oh yeah, you're a god. And that I am just a disappointment. I got to admit, man, those words actually stung. They did. They stayed with me. But when I was at home thinking about all this stuff, it occurred to me just how skewed your view of reality is, because while I may not have all those WrestleMania moments that you do, I can claim the same accolades that you claim. I've been Intercontinental Champion twice. I've been United States Champion 3 times. I have been Universal Champion. In fact, I was Universal Champion well before you. And those WrestleMania moments you talk about, see, all the accomplishments I just listed that I have, well, I'm man enough to admit that I didn't get them on my own. No, because I had someone watching my back or helping me for each of them, one way or another. And so did you. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but those WrestleMania moments you're so proud of, none of them you accomplished on your own. You always had backup. And if you didn't have backup, you found some underhanded way to get what you want. And look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be proud of those moments. All I'm saying is that you need to be honest with yourself. Because the only thing you said last week that actually makes sense is that when you got to WWE, you were told that nothing you accomplished before you got here matters. Your past no longer matters. And that will never be more true than come Saturday at WrestleMania. Because on Saturday, when you and I get into this ring together, your past doesn't matter. My past doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that it's you and me, finally, one-on-one. And Seth, this Saturday night, I will show you you're not a prophet, you're not a Messiah, you are not a God when I beat you in the middle of this ring and I take my first WrestleMania moment from you.
And we're back. Let's see if I don't screw this one up. We're back here on the WrestleCast, RBT Entertainment Production on BrokenInfinite.com, Automatic.com, Spotify, YouTube, and of course, live Twitch.tv, RBT/RBT Entertainment. Matty and TWK, it's WrestleMania weekend. It's the big preview show. You know, if this was on normal circumstance, we probably would have Shin Tiger Curl, maybe Mike Shell, maybe Spade Ace on the show and make a big fuss of it and not be like making a big deal of making WrestleMania Sunday my big fucking cheat day and ordering Uber Eats, 5 Guys, burgers and fries. Don't get me wrong, I'm still cheating. I've offered up to make food make supper for the folks tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm marinating some chicken to make it deep fried. So that's a thing. But before we get to the card in question, we begin, ladies and gentlemen, with any WWE related news. So T-Dub, lay it on us.
Well, the only WrestleMania news that we currently have is the fact that some matches have been changed, which we'll get to momentarily as we go through the card, and the fact that apparently WWE has apparently broken a new deal with FS1 to show more wrestling stuffs on their shows, on their channel.
Essentially, the way they got it is, of course, they broke their deal to show more wrestling shows on FS1. The big one I wanted to talk about that I alluded to earlier was the fact that they're pretty much reaching to anybody and everybody. That they have Fox has a Fox Now app where they're trying to sell WrestleMania on that app. The rumor, as it stands, is that not this year, obviously, but next year, WrestleMania may not be on the network. You will have to pay the full $60 goddamn dollars. In fact, that was the point of contention, and why the two board member people, got fired. Vince wanted to just be Vince, and the other two said, "Well, I think we have a way to make more money," and they clashed. So there's this idea of hey, WrestleMania will be available on pay-per-view for $60 and not for $9.99. And if that's the case, in the States, okay, cool. Blow your money however you want to blow it. But I'm like, so where does that leave us? You know, the rest of us who may not have a cable goddamn provider. I mean, oh, sorry, Mike. I just noticed in the chat. Oh, I'm here, guys. I'm just too in pain to join in. Twisted his ankle. That explains it. Well, rest up, dude. Get better. Anyway, but again, so the idea of, so you think I'm a fucking idiot? You're like you're gonna throw everything you've done in the last 6 years just so you can make a few extra bucks on WrestleMania weekend. Fuck you, Vinny. And Roman was right for leaving. At least for now. That's it. That's all. That's all you want to do. We couldn't have put that in the news segment.
I just like to get everything all and like to keep things organized.
Fair enough. Isn't that capable? We don't even know, but it's a rumor. But apparently apparently Vince wants to go back to pay-per-view because, well, he ain't making money with the network. Well, jackass, you had the way to make it. 6-month minimal commitment for Mania worked. Fucking game Ghostbusters. What a fucking idiot. Anyway, so WrestleMania from various locations, centrally speaking, the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. The show has been pre-taped for consumption both tomorrow and Sunday, so it's too big for one night, or too fucking long for one night, if you ask me. 16 matches, 4 hours each. They were going for another 8-hour Mania.
Actually, it's only going to be 3 hours each.
Well, with the pre-show and all, the kickoff. Actually, no. Okay, fair enough. 3 hours each, 6 hours. Scheduled runtime. Anyway. So, the Wikipedia has all 16 matches listed, but there's no particular order, as there is no announced order as of yet. So we're just going to go from 16 out to the top, and we'll throw a few matches that we think should be higher up on the card. I don't know how we're going to handle this other than
just go from the bottom up. Everything seems organized fine, from what I can see at least.
With Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair last?
Sure.
All right, so here's our disclaimer. This is the order that is with place. It is not the final order, obviously. Card starts with Otis versus Dolph Ziggler with Mandy Rose, single match.
Of course, after this week's SmackDown, I don't think Mandy will be accompanying Dolph to the ring.
Nope.
As the hacker finally showed up and revealed that, of course, Sonya Deville was conspiring with Dolph Ziggler against Mandy Rose, trying to break up Mandy and Otis.
Because Otis is fat. Actually, we need Professor Steiner. You know, hey, Mr. Steiner, Professor Steiner. What is Otis?
He's fat!
Thank you.
Hey,
Next. That's his way of saying you're welcome. The Kabuki Warriors, sans Kairi Sane, she's stuck in Japan, and guess what? She's going to be stuck there for a while. So it's Asuka versus Bliss Cross Applesauce. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
Applesauce. Bliss Cross Applesauce. Bliss Cross Applesauce.
At this point, it's obvious it's Bliss and Cross to win, but I don't know. It'd be cool to see Asuka do it all on her own.
Yes, it would be nice to see her win. Let her have a Mania victory. That would make me happy because she's been the MVP of WWE television.
Absolutely. Sami Zayn with Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Daniel Bryan with Drew Gulak ringside. Here's what you do. I know you don't like Adam Blanc. Yeah, you have absolutely every right to do so, but I've been watching his fantasy booking shows on Wrestle Talk. 20 minutes. And have the ref throw everybody out. It's one-on-one. 20 minutes of Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan. Yes, please. And if you want to, sure, put the belt on Bryan.
I could see the belt going on either way. Just, I'm not sure if 20 minutes will work with an empty arena environment.
That's the sad part. But if there's any two who could do a 20-minute match in an environment as unique as it is Bryan and Zayn. They're smart enough to realize, okay, we have 20 minutes? Seriously? All right, let's see what we can do.
A part of me doesn't want any match to go longer than maybe 15 at most.
Yeah.
For this type of setting.
Even 15 should be enough for Sammy and Daniel, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
These two can craft a great match. Speaking of crafting a great match, Edge versus Randy Orton, last man standing. I feel bad for Adam Copeland. That pop, that baseball stadium pop, is the biggest pop he'll get until next year's WrestleMania.
On this day, I see clearly. Spear, 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 spear.
Oh, Mike Shell speaking on the Drew Gulak preview. I want a 124-page PowerPoint presentation during the match.
Oh, we cannot get so lucky.
Though vintage Wonder Bread, that works. I'd be okay with that. Hell, even as a promo, you got the TV screens there, for God's sakes. Why not, right? Edge to win on the last man standing match, by the way. I think that's...
Agreed.
Yeah. Elias versus King Corbin. Yes, that is the match. I was going to say, Elias versus King Corbin happens. Fuck him. Oh, fuck King Corbin. Elias is okay. Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley. How the fuck did Bobby Lashley get roped into that fucker?
That's the only thing I can muster for this match. Just,
Black to win. Street Profits taking on Austin Theory and Angel Garza. Austin Theory's official pay-per-view WWE Network debut. Empty Arena.
Empty Arena WrestleMania. Who would have thought it as a debut?
Now, who would have thought he botched that catching that botch with Montez Ford taking that flat back on a flip.
Oh, I saw the clip of that. That sounded so nasty.
I saw that when it aired. I get the feeling the spot was it was supposed to trip up because of Rollins, but Dawkins, he didn't feel it. Not Dawkins, but Ford, he didn't feel it. He did the flip, and Austin was obviously not in position, and ow, fuck, his back hurts. Motherfucker.
Ooh, feel better soon, Ford.
Jesus Christ, that hat does suck.
Also, I'm picking Street Profits to win because I can't see Austin Theory winning a championship on his first ever match. But
No.
then again, crazier things have happened, I suppose.
Crazier things that happened. We saw Kid won those damn belts a few years ago. So crazier things had happened. But this was supposed to be. This started as. I mean, what the fuck did this start as? This started as. Fuck. This was Angel. This started as Gallows. No, not even Gallows Anderson. This was. There were several things before this whole thing hit, and we're down to that. That is weird. Now, this match could very much change into a regular 3-on-3 triple threat with the other two around, but The Miz is obviously not around, or if he was around, he didn't stick around. But it is advertised as The Miz and John Morrison versus The New Day versus The Usos. Triple threat ladder match, SmackDown tag title.
I have no idea what's going to happen with this match. I don't even know what this match is going to be because The Miz isn't going to be there. So
Miz ain't there, although I'm not putting it because this match will obviously change. I'd say keep the belts on Miz and Morrison, but I shrug on that one. I got nothing.
Yeah, just this is one of those things we'll have to wait and see what even happens we can't even predict.
Next up, Kevin Steen versus CrossFit Jesus Messiah. Owens versus Rollins.
Tezeth Rollins. And give Owens his WrestleMania victory. Do it. Do it!
Stunner the shit out of him. Stun Owens, stun, kill, Steen, kill.
Rollins ain't his friend, and he's not his.
No.
This difference helps him cross the line.
You have no idea how pissed off I am that I'm still not able to see it, to find an 8-bit version of unsettling differences, by the way.
Then let me perform it for you. Boom, 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 pa, boom, 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 pa, pa, beep, boom, 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 beep, boom.
No? Fair enough. 5-way elimination match. An elimination. Got it.
Nope, you're missing the boneyard. Missed the
boneyard. Yeah, I was like highlighted the thing. Undertaker versus AJ Styles. Take it in a what the fuck is a boneyard match? It's probably what it is, a graveyard match, a buried alive match on location is what I think it might be.
It's Smart Marcellus versus Alan Jones something. I don't know. I was going somewhere with this, but now it's dead.
Alan Jones Jr.
Sure, let's go with that. I don't know who's going to win. I can't really predict because I'm really conflicted. I mean, part of me likes to see AJ win, but then again, this is WrestleMania where Undertaker has a high chance of victory, so probably
Taker, but I shrug on that one. That's just the best way to put it. 5-way elimination match, SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley defends against Lacey Evans, Naomi, Sasha Banks, and yeah, she is still alive, Tamina.
Who got a victory on SmackDown this week?
She did.
And then she super kicked the shit out of Bayley and Sasha Banks.
The living shit out of Boss and Bayley and the Boss.
And I'm actually going to put my bet on Sasha Banks to win this match.
Makes sense. That's what my bet is on. Dissension. Smelling this.
The Mega Powers explode!
John Cena versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, a Firefly Funhouse match. This will be weird, and I expect Bray Wyatt to win.
Yes, Bray Wyatt wins in Wacky Fun Time match.
Absolutely.
That's what I want to...
Hello?
Hello! Yes?
Well, I think I missed a part of it. I think you got cut off when we were talking about that match.
I want to see Bray Wyatt win Wacky Fun Time match.
Cool. Okay.
That's what I want to see.
Bray Wyatt to win on mine as well. Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler.
Baszler to win, and she's going to break Becky's arm doing it. Probably.
Oh, it's the clutch. It's going to be the clutch. Baszler to win, though. I feel Becky should win, but you know what?
Becky has had a year-long title run. It's time to drop the belt.
We need underdog Becky again. Oldberg versus Braun. Fuck indie wrestler Strowman. What? That's what it is. He said he quote apologized. He said he quote. Yeah. By the way, he said Braun said he quote apologized, and I'm doing the Dr. Evil quotes here. Oldberg to retain.
That's probably what's gonna happen. I mean, I see them all of a sudden just going.
The story was obviously put belt on Roman, and obviously Roman ain't here, so Oldberg to retain.
Yeah, probably.
As much as it sucks, especially for SmackDown, they're going to be out of a top title for a while, but they have no choice here.
That, and this is not the same Strowman that we had 2 years ago. This isn't even the same Strowman we had 1 year ago. At this point, it's like, would people even buy him as champion?
No, I wouldn't.
Like, after all the damage they did to him, having him lose literally every world title match he was ever in.
Well, let's put it this way. Say all this thing happens, and calamity of calamities, Roman gets injured by a complete fluke accident, and they have to find a replacement. And Braun Strowman pulls the shit he just pulled on social media. There's no way in fuck he's the face in that match. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, probably not. No.
But yeah. So, they have Rhea Ripley on last, but we have Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre. I think we both know who wins on that one.
Drew's gonna win the big one. Bring it home to big old Scotland to get to the Highlands.
Drew McIntyre to win his WWE Championship. And last, but certainly definitely not least, Rhea Ripley defends the NXT Women's Championship versus Charlotte Flair.
Please let Rhea win. Please. Understand.
Charlotte does not need the win on this one. Absolutely.
And I know the company loves Charlotte. They love the Flairs. They love giving her all the accolades. She's already been NXT Women's Champion. And as far as ratings go, we've already seen her show up a few times on NXT Weekly, and we've seen that it has not moved the needle. So
it's not moved the needle, and Charlotte does not need this market victory. She needs a good match, and she'll get a good match out of Rhea Ripley, but Rhea could use the rub on this one, and the only way to do it, victory.
Yeah, and Rhea right now, the way they've been booking her is to be the big women's star of NXT. Now, I'm not saying she needs a year-long title run, but keep it until at least SummerSlam
weekend. If things go back to normal by SummerSlam weekend, that would be a good way to drop it to someone else. I mean, you got that much time, and you know what? I could see Bianca Belair finally pulling off the big one.
It'll be about time.
It'd be around that time. And again, Rhea doesn't need a long title reign. I agree. She needs a big win.
Yeah, I think she needs
the big win
wins.
is retaining the championship at WrestleMania against one of the NXT's biggest stars ever in Charlotte Flair. There you go. Now, we would talk about NXT TakeOver, but that's been fucked off to something else. I know next week they have Ciampa versus Gargano in an empty arena match. What a concept, right? But that's about it. That's all 16 matches. That's the card for two nights of WrestleMania. I'm not watching it as it happens. I got a couple of things. I'm making supper on Saturday, and then I'm calling the most of a speed run. Hopefully, I get to catch it before they go live at 8 or 7, I think. Snap. But that being said, of course, I got TWK riffs on Sunday as well. So, and let's be honest, I could watch some Japanese Power Rangers right about now. So, that being said, let's do some winners and losers. T-Dub, losers first as per usual.
I'm just going to give one person lose this week, and that is Ken Shamrock for being the dumbest motherfucker on Sesame Street.
I think the Stone Cold terminology would be You are the world's dumbest son of a bitch. Accurate? Accurate. COVID-19's a winner. Loser, excuse me. Vince McMahon is a fucking loser. As for the things I've spoken of before. And open broadcast software. For those of you listening to the VOD pre-recorded, prepackaged, pre-edited stuff version, you did not miss the first 5 minutes of the live stream on Twitch. Started up as normal. I hit the live button. We talk for about 5 minutes, or we make sure that everything's working. 10 o'clock, we hit the live button, and T-Dub does the promo. You heard the Scott Steiner promo he hit at the beginning of the show. Yeah, one problem. We lost connection a couple of times. Barely. We only lost about a grand total of 340 frames total. And I figure, okay, wait, stop. Fuck. But it's still recording. Okay, we drop a few more frames. It's still recording. T-Dub's still talking. That's good. I go to hit the intro. I noticed the thing goes from stop recording, which tells me it is recording, to start recording. It stopped recording mid-promo. OBS? This is the second time you pull that shit. Don't do it again. I'll chuck the software version of you down into some freaking hardware thing and chuck you down the goddamn Ottawa River. Where you might be picked up by some dude living in a van. So, the software version living in a hardware thing could live in a van down by the river. It's a stretch, folks. I'm trying to put some comedy in this. Let's do some winners.
Let's see. My winner this week goes to AEW for once again producing another fun weekly show in front of an empty arena, but making the most of it.
The fact that they actually put some people on there, that was solid. That helped with the atmosphere, absolutely. I kind of like the miniature version of the Dynamite set too. That was a different look.
Yeah, that was quite innovative.
Yeah. If they have to do a small venue, they have a setup for that now. That is nice. For me, Roman Reigns for doing the right goddamn thing, Lance Archer for looking badass, and using his Everybody Dies theme song from New Japan. Thank God,
yeah,
that's an awesome song.
I love they let him keep that.
Everybody dies. Chris Jericho for that bit with Vanguard 1, of course. And you folks. That's about it. Oh, God damn it. T-Dub, did you put that poll up again?
No.
I am stopping that poll right goddamn now.
It already ended. I don't know what you're talking about, Matty. It just appeared out of nowhere, like an RKO.
Never do that again.
The people have spoken.
It's still up there, T-Dub.
It's ended. It's over.
It's not over. It's deleted. By the way, fuck you, pay me. You want me to play survival horror games, Five Nights at Freddy? Fuck you, pay me. That's the only way you'll make me do it. And not just $20 or no, $1,000. Fuck you, pay me.
Max Jones says it's an arcade poll. Also, I think you'll be able to get through at least the first Silent Hill game easily because it's not even scary.
Fair point, but still, fuck you, pay me. We've been over this. It's not my bag, baby.
What about this book that says it is your bag?
Seriously, it's not my bag. God. Penis pump joke, Austin. Austin Powers. We're losing some people over this, I'm sure.
Nope. Still maintaining 7 viewers.
That's true. That's true. All right, T-Dub, you are working on a new video, as we mentioned. It is not out by Sunday, obviously. You're going to be recording the shit out of it.
The new video should be out in the public. If I do everything according to schedule, and it's going to be a tight one, I should have it out to the public sometime, sometime Tuesday morning.
If you want to get that early, you get to subscribe to TWK's Patreon. Any amount will do. Patreon.com/TWK Reviews. If you wish to donate any money to buy tip jar, PayPal.me/Matty Jay 316. It's available for you as well. You can follow us on Twitter at Matty Jay 316 and at TWK Official. My Instagram's available as well at Matty Jay 316. Follow my weight loss thing. 265. I'm losing the weight, folks.
Woohoo!
Merch, streamlabs.com/RVTentertainment/merch. Buy the stuff. Of course, emails, you can send them. TheWrestlecast@gmail.com is where you send them. And that's about it, folks. Next week, we'll do a review of WrestleMania both nights. I intend to watch it, just not as it airs, because I do not wish to support Vince McMahon being a mad motherfucker. And, no, that's about it. We were going to be doing that, and what happens the week after that, I have no fucking clue. But we'll figure something out for sure. Until then, I want to thank you very much for tuning us in as per usual. On behalf of my good buddy TWK.
Until next time, this is TWK Reviews telling you to work your gimmer.
My name is Matty Jay, reminding you to help professional wrestling support your independent promotion as soon as possible. This feels fucking weird, by the way. Because I thought, if this was normal, I'd be working my ass off to produce a Hall of Fame class tribute to the intro for the WrestleCast, right? No Hall of Fame, just a regular intro. You have no idea how weird that feels to do that, by the way. Like, none. This whole damn situation is strange. But until then, have a good one, have a safe one. We'll talk to you next week, and stay safe, and wash your damn hands! Don't make me repeat it well, you're gonna make me repeat it every time anyway. Don't be that asshole. Excuse me, carbonation on that one.
It's WrestleMania!
I think we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end.